Hello, and welcome to the very first 30-minute review. I don't have a microphone. My microphone's kind of out right now. It's right there. It's kind of SOL. So all the audio is just going to be from the camera. I hope it's sufficient because I would really like to get this video done to celebrate Not Fit for Gaming's 4th year on YouTube. First game on our docket, Spyro 2, Rypto's Rage. I don't know what to say about this game, guys. Spyro 2 has been an absolute, like all of the Spyro games, have been some of the most talked, most praised games in existence. As a kid, I grew up hearing about them constantly, left and right, just, oh, I love this game. I love, it was up there with Crash and Mario, and, now it's being redone, remastered for the PS4 as the Inflamed trilogy or something like that. I haven't really looked into that too much. But there's one thing, I did not grow up with those games. I did not grow up with the Spyro games. I do not have nostalgia for them. I don't have nostalgia for Crash Bandicoot, while I'm in the same sentence. I did not grow up playing the games by Naughty Dog, Jak and Daxter, Uncharted, etc., etc. I didn't grow up playing Naughty Dog games. I grew up playing a different brand of games, Mario, multiplayer games that I could play with my brother, because it was, when we were little, it was a trip. It was like this big thing to go to GameStop and pick out a game that you could play, and you'd always want to savor the most time with it. So me and my brother would each pick a game that we could either play on our own and take turns, or we could play multiplayer like Mario Party 5. That's one of our personal favorites. But back to the game. I played this game from start inwards for about 30 minutes. That's the whole point of the review. I play the game for 30 minutes and I judge it based off that. Hate me if you want, guys, but I was not a big fan of Spyro. I mean, yeah, probably I didn't get into it enough to actually get into the game, but just, I even hate saying this because I know you guys are gonna hate me, but the controls were stiff and imprecise. Even with the controller I had that allowed me to switch to the analog stick to use that, it was imprecise and unbalanced and slippery, but at the same time really stiff. It was hard to move around, hard to get things going, and especially when you had to add on to a charge. Moving around with the charge made it 10 times worse. It was like trying to go left and right on ice. It just wasn't gonna happen. And then the supercharge, just forget about it. There's no way that's gonna work. The first couple tutorials, it taught me way after it was supposed to. When it would jump in, I had already figured out the charge, the breath, the gliding, the glide flutter. I'd already figured all that out. And it told me after I got into the second world what those were and how those worked. I don't know if this is a thing with all of them, but mine specifically, the cutscenes lacked volume. They lacked any sort of audio at all. Like they would start with audio and then I don't know if that's a copy of mine, but I figured I'd mention it just to have it.
Is it working perfect?
And the camera was too slow to keep up with Spyro. It was too slow. If you turned, the camera did not turn at all. Now those are my gripes. Those are my bad things. Good things. The plot was pretty decent. Wasn't the best, considering I really couldn't follow it, but it was something about rescuing dragons and dragonflies, I think. That's what I gathered from it, at least. When there was fun to be had, I was having a lot of fun. I was enjoying running around and having a good time, collecting gems. The sound effects were amazing. The breath weapon, when, used properly, was great. I love the variation of enemies, that some you had to breath weapon, some you had to charge, and then there's some you had to do both. I don't think I got to any of those. The voice acting, when there was some, was pretty good, especially Moneybags. He makes me want to hate him more than anyone ever. I mean, just look at this scene right here.
Ah, you must be the dragon everyone is talking about. Well, dragon or not, I'm afraid there is a small fee to open the bridge. It will cost you 100 of your gems to cross.
100?
The gliding, when you got actually going and was able to move, while sometimes it felt like you were gonna make it when you undershot it and vice versa, it was really good about keeping a good speed, a good weight on it. You sunk at a decent rate, and that little flutter, just, you're not gonna quite make it. Oh wait, yes I did. You're good, you made it. It's a fun game, don't get me wrong. I just don't have any personal nostalgia for it. It is one of those games that I did not grow up playing, and I do not regret not growing up playing. I enjoyed what I played of it, but I don't know that I'm gonna come back to it, at least for a while. It's not one of the games I'm super big into. Out of a 5, I gotta give it a solid 3.5. It was a good start to a game. If I get inclined, I might play it later on the channel, or I might end up playing it for some other purposes, but it was a good start to a game. I enjoyed it. Overall, it was really fun. The minor gripes I had once you got past were a lot less noticeable. So that is my personal thoughts on Spyro 2 Rypto's Rage, or at least the first 30 minutes. Let me know if you want to see any more of these 30-minute reviews. I'm thinking about making one every about 30 days or so, maybe every 2 weeks. I'm probably gonna make one every so often. Just let me know what you guys think, and I hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, if you liked it, leave a like down below. Share it with everyone you know and love. Share it with people you don't love. If you didn't like it at all, because, you know, that would torture them. You want to torture them, don't you? Then send them this video. But overall, just I hope you have a fantastic day, and happy birthday. Not fit for gaming.
100? What if you were here?